Captain Ibrahim Traore was almost poisoned, but what he did next left the whole country speechless. That's what people say, but the truly dangerous thing was not in the cup he held, but hidden behind the fake eyes around the meeting table that day. I'm just a young soldier. They told me to bring tea without asking. Wear uniform, walk straight, don't look at anyone, but that day I didn't just bring tea, I bring death. Among the circle of senior officers under the quiet mango canopy, only one person understood what was really going on. Traore. The president is nicknamed Lion. He didn't scream. Don't pull out a gun, he just put the cup on the table and made the whole meeting room silent. Like death had just entered. They told me it wouldn't be difficult, just bring tea, stand still, not speaking. I've done it 100 times. Wearing a simple uniform, walking like a shadow among powerful people. But that day, I didn't just bring tea, I carry a death sentence disguised in a nameless white ceramic cup. The meeting was held outdoors under the canopy of an old mango tree outside the capital. Ouagadougou. No banners, no cameras, just experienced men sitting in a circle as if preparing for a military picnic. They laughed, they talked about ammunition, logistics, dry season campaigns. No one knows that in just a few minutes a political upheaval may occur right in that very circle. I walked among them with a tea tray in my hand. The cups are identical. But I know clearly where is his cup, I was told. Carefully, put it right in the middle of the tray, the rim facing 6 o'clock. Inside the cup is a small drop, colorless, odorless VXT42. A toxin designed to dissolve into the blood so quickly that it leaves no trace after 10 minutes. I don't want to do this. But I also don't want to die, and when you receive orders from a colonel, you don't ask questions. You do. You bow your head. You offer death like a waiter offers wine at a celebration of merit. I come before you, Captain Ibrahim Traore, President, our legendary commander. He looked at me. His eyes showed no fear. There is also no doubt. There is only understanding, as if he knew this before. He accepted the cup and nodded his thanks, but he didn't drink. Not immediately, he placed the cup on the table quietly, and then he began to speak, not in the voice of a president, but in the voice of someone who had walked through death and returned with eyes wide open. I felt my heart begin to fall apart. I know I failed. I looked into that young soldier's eyes. His hands were still shaking, his eyes were red, sweat was pouring down the back of his neck as if he was carrying the whole war on his shoulders. I knew from the moment he placed the cup on the table in front of me. The way he bowed his head was too low. The way his hands held the tea tray so tightly, like he was keeping a vital secret. Death doesn't always come with a gun. Sometimes it comes in a bow. I picked up the cup. Thank you, with a small smile, not because I trust him, but because I wanted to see who was watching me drink. I don't drink. I have never drank before. My survival habits have never been about luck. That is an instinct forged from years in the trenches when the enemy did not fire bullets but placed mines under the rice bowl. I put the cup down. Slowly, I heard the laughter slow down. Some eyes wavered, some hands started to sweat. I started talking. No rush, no screaming, just a gentle question in the middle of a peaceful morning. Have you ever thought that the most dangerous thing in the world is not a gun, but a cup of tea? No one answered. Of course, I turned towards Konate, who was once my student, and had worked side by side with me during the border campaign. Now he looked at me without daring to look me in the eyes. Colonel, you chose the person to make my tea this morning, right? He nodded a nod, trying to appear calm. Yes, sir, it's me. The tea is very fragrant. Please try it. I turned back to look at the cup, then told my close assistant, try it for me, okay? The air freezes. The assistant's expression changed. Konate almost jumped up. No, wait, you can't. Too late, I signaled. The two soldiers standing behind him were ready. He was controlled in silence, without a shot, without a scream. I looked at the young soldier, the tea-bearer. His eyes seemed to collapse, not because he was caught, but because he was spared. I did not order your execution. I don't need it, because I know you are not a murderer. You are living proof for a greater crime, and I know this isn't over. The one who really spread the poison has not yet sat in this circle. I don't need a gun, I don't need a knife, I just need time. A cup in a hand that doesn't know I'm holding death. They call me Le Chacal Jackal. It's not because I'm violent, but because I'm patient, ruthless, and disappear before anyone even realizes they're being hunted. I don't hate Ibrahim Traore. On the contrary, I respect him. A soldier turned leader, a revolutionary who survived riots, coups, and assassinations 3 times. But that's why he's the problem, not for me. Which for those guys really in power who issue orders from cold offices on the other side of the continent. I'm just a hand. They are the head. The plan was as simple as a tea ceremony, a cup. 1 drop is odorless, an outdoor meeting. No cameras, no trace. I chose the soldier, the one who was easiest to control. The eyes are still young. The heart is not yet hardened, but he doesn't drink. I didn't understand. At that moment I watched via satellite, waiting until there was news confirming the death. Instead, I received the image of Konate being escorted away, her face as white as a sheet of paper. Her black book being confiscated, and my name, the Jackal, started appearing on the lips of people I had never met. No way, I must disappear. I changed my name. Change face, shave. I moved to apartment 3B, a building without cameras near the French consulate. No personal phones, no internet. I just exist through numbers, but I forgot one thing. Lions don't hunt with their claws, he hunts with patience. They don't attack, they observed. A delivery arrived late, a look so calm, a shadow passed through the hallway 3 times in the same hour. I know the match has restarted, and this time I'm no longer a hunter. I am the prey. The room has no windows, no extra seats, no extra people. It was just me. 2 counterintelligence officers, an encryption expert, and the bodyguard I trusted as my left-hand man, middle of the table, not a campaign map, but 1 small black book. Cardboard with frayed corners was once deep in the backpack of the trembling young soldier that day I opened it. Disjointed lines of text encoded with strange combinations of characters, but I've seen this type of writing before during a failed coup 3 months ago. Same symbol, same code rhythm together. The ghost stands behind the jackal. I asked, can it be decoded? The encryption expert, the man who once saved the country from a treasury hack, nodded. It will take a few hours, but he left a marker. Like everyone who thinks they're invisible, Shaquille. Too confident in my cleanliness, but confidence always leaves a gap. We traced the code back to the communication logs. Mobile phone board, electronic money transfer list. A name repeated in many short notes for the cup. Tomorrow he won't see anything. Because of the cup, tomorrow he won't see anything anymore. The signal coordinates lead to a suburb west of Ouagadougou. Less than 2 kilometers from the French consulate building, 4 floors, no hallway cameras, doors use private codes that are not saved on the system. Perfect, so perfect. I looked at the map, he's still in the city. An officer said quietly, "It is impossible to act publicly. There are international factors behind it." I nodded. "But I don't need light to act. I don't need news, television, or official statements. I just need silent and precise. We're not knocking." I said, "We burn the darkness." All eyes turned to me. No one needs to ask again. We are not after one person. We hunt a ghost, the one who thinks he knows everything, but has forgotten that lions do not hunt with their claws, but with their eyes. And I'm looking at him. I know I don't have time anymore. I saw it in the eyes of the delivery guy the other day. No blinking, no fear, no need for a tip. He didn't come to give food. He came to look, memorize, confirm the siege has closed in me. I don't run anymore. I'm Le Chacal. I was not born to die in the sewers like a common assassin. I was born to end on a cold, perfect, silent note, just the way I came. There was a small party held inside the government guest house. There is no press, there is no guest list, only the chosen ones, and I know it was organized for me. Not to celebrate, which to end the game I play the role of a server. Black pants, white shirt, gray tie, face expressionless, the tray in my hand contained 2 glasses of white wine, one of which was prepared as always colorless, odorless, a greeting from death, lightly exquisite. I walked to the main desk. Traore sat there. No bodyguards behind, no guns on the table. It was just him and an empty cup. He looked at me. It was as if he had been waiting for my arrival for a long time. "Remember the first time you sent me a cup of tea? This time," he said, "I'll give you a drink again." I don't react. I held out the glass of wine just as planned, but my hands trembled slightly, just once, but he saw. He stood up. "No need to raise your voice. You ran well. But you forgot one thing." I didn't reply. "In this game, the winner is not the one who lives longer, but the one who dares to step into the light first." I get it. It's no longer a matter of poison. This is the battle of presence. And I, the one who lives on anonymity, let him see me. I don't resist, don't run away. I just bowed my head, smiled softly, bitterly. Lions don't need to roar, just look. They didn't tell us what happened, just whispers running around the academy like wind passing through a row of fogs. There are rumors of a major conspiracy, a betrayal being exposed. About a jackal that was hunted, but no one confirmed. There is no official announcement, just silent, the kind of silence that makes people find themselves standing more serious than usual. That day it was sunny and the flag-raising yard was filled with light. We lined up in a line, and before the sweat could fall, we heard someone's voice softly say, "There he comes. No escort vehicle, no entourage, President. Ibrahim Traore, or as we respectfully call him, Ouagadougou Lion, entered the schoolyard like an old soldier who had just left the trenches. In his hand was a white ceramic cup. No one said. No one dared to ask. He stepped onto the podium. No paper needed, no microphone needed, just a deep, even voice full of weight. This cup almost killed me. We don't breathe, not because there was poison in it, but because I once trusted the wrong person. He spoke without details and without naming names. But we all understand he is talking about treachery, about silent death, about survival is not by guns, but by awareness. True power lies not in the ability to give orders, but in the ability to see through lies when they masquerade as loyalty. That cup, now no longer a symbol of conspiracy, is word of warning. He placed it on a stone platform next to the academy flag. No one said it, but we all stood up straighter. A practitioner next to me whispered, "I will never forget this moment." Neither do I, not out of fear, not because of hatred, but because I understand. Preserving a country does not start from the border, but starts from the heart of each person wearing a military uniform. And when he left, I saw, no matter how many wounds his back had, his eyes were still as bright as fire, not because he is undefeated, but because he is a person who dares to live truthfully. In a world full of lies. That night, the capital, Ouagadougou, was strangely quiet. No car horns, no sound of patrol planes. There was only the wind blowing gently through the palace roof and the moonlight shining on the white stone floor where he was standing alone. No more teacups. There are no more traitors only left. The truth is that no one dares to name it in words. President Ibrahim Traore. No military uniform, no speech at all. Just a man who just escaped a silent death and understood that the real war has only just begun. He looked far into the horizon. There are no enemies there, but hidden behind all peace are countless traps that have been set. They don't just want to poison me, he muttered. They want to poison the future of this country with distrust. He understood that cup was not the last. There will be more. Meeting invitations, handshakes, secret plans. The betrayal doesn't stop. It changes shape. It's the ideal mask, but in this silence he saw more clearly than ever. True power, not the power to destroy the enemy, which is the determination not to become like them. He went back inside. The palace corridors are no longer heavy. Every step is light, not because the burden has eased, but because he has accepted to shoulder it as part of the mission. People call him the Lion of Burkina Faso. Not because he roared the loudest, but because even when hunted, he walked straight without bowing his head. Without fear, without losing sight of the truth. The cup that year, which seemed to be the end, is now in a glass cabinet in the middle of the hall. Not to show off victory, but to remind that one sip of tea can bring death, but can also transmit life if it is placed in the right hand. And so the story ends like a whisper that never dies. In the world of masks, honest people don't need to say much. They just need to look and walk.